All right, mama. So, per request, I'm going to discuss with you all about diastasis recti, which means separation of your abs, or mommy tummy. And a lot of times this happens with moms who have babies, but it's basically caused from an internal pressure from inside your stomach. So, of course, babies will do that, and it causes a pooch or separation of your abs. So, I'm going to go over how to check for it, and then a couple exercises that you guys can do um, to help improve it or to heal it. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm just going to be on my back here. I'm going to pull my shirt up just so you guys can see. And currently, at the time of this taping, I am 16 weeks pregnant. So it's good for me, even pregnant, to check for diastasis recti. Now, typically, I can sit up to talk to you guys about it. Typically, it happens, diastasis recti typically happens within the second or third trimester per research. So it's good to check it before you do any type of core or abdominal strengthening exercises, because what you don't want to do is do exercises that's going to make it worse. Okay, so how you check it, people check it different ways, but I find this to be the easiest and most effective one for me because I practice different ones. Is to take your hand, okay, and you're going to feel kind of at the start of your rib cage. You can kind of work your way down to the very top of your belly button. All right, and you're going to set these two fingers. If it's more than 2 fingers width, then that's considered a diastasis recti. All right, so 1 to 2 fingers is considered normal. If you have more than 2 fingers, then that's considered abnormal, and that's considered that you have diastasis recti. Okay, all right, so you're just going to place your fingers right here above your belly button. Put your hand behind your head. You're going to do a slight curl up just to contract your abs to feel if the fingers fall down into a space. And again, if it's more than 2 fingers, then you have it, okay? All right, so I'm going to do that. All right. And I have like slightly 1, all right? So when I curl up, and you have to curl up because you may feel something there without curling, right? But you actually have to curl up. Yeah, I barely have 1. So that's good, right? And you want to keep it that way. So if you do that test and you feel a space, again, bigger than 2 widths, all right? So I'm going to show you guys a couple of exercises that you can do. All right, so the key thing with diastasis recti, the things that you want to avoid are things like sit-ups, very strenuous on the spine, especially if you're not used to doing them. Things like crunches, doing repetitive crunches. Most people do them wrong, which generally leads to people injuring themselves. Anything where you're lengthening your rib cage away from your pelvis, right? So that's going to cause a stretch to the abdominals. So you want to avoid doing anything like that. So everyone is different, and I've read different things research-wise. So some people totally avoid planks, and then some people do them on their knees, right? But if you definitely have diastasis recti, the very best place to start, and this is where you want to start from here on through life, especially once you've been diagnosed or you know that you have it. Sorry, mamas, kiddo needed a snack break. So we'll start over again, right? That's why I love talking to moms, because you guys know how that is, right? That's life. So anyway, so the very best place for you all to start, for us to start, just anyone, pregnant, not pregnant, weak abdominals, anywhere, you want to start with TA, or transverse abdominis, which is a part of your abdominal muscles. You want to start with those type of exercises. Very basic, to the point that you'll feel like you're not really doing anything, but that's the whole point. You don't want to cause stress to your abdominal area to the point that you cause increased separation. So the exercises will feel simple, but they're very, very effective if you do them correctly. So you want to make sure a couple of different things when you're doing them is that your pelvis is not rocking when you're doing them, but your pelvis and your spine is aligned. and that you are contracting the right muscles and you're breathing. You want to make sure that you're breathing correctly, okay? So as a physical therapist, this is something that I teach my patients who have back pain, also my pregnant mothers, postpartum, meaning you've already had the baby, mothers. We teach it to a lot of different people, really, just because it's that effective and it helps to protect your spine. And another thing that you want to keep in mind when you're doing these is doing Kegels. Hopefully most women have heard of it. If you've never heard of it, then I highly recommend, looking up videos on how to do them. But basically you are contracting your pelvic floor muscles as well. Because when we're pregnant, and especially after we have babies, those muscles get weakened. So you want to contract all those muscles at once. So again, on the outside, it may not look like you're doing a whole lot, but internally, you're contracting a whole lot of muscles. So I'm going to teach you again about your transverse abdominis muscle. Again, so everyone knows about the rectus abdominis muscle, which is your six-pack, right? So those are the muscles that line up here, from the bottom of your rib cage to the top of your pelvis. Those are your six-pack muscles, all right? And then you also have your transverse abdominis muscle, and that wraps around like your own personal corset. That's what I teach my patients, okay? And so the muscles wrap around from your back all the way around to your front of your belly, all right? And so you want to use those muscles by drawing, if you think about two arrows pointing inward, drawing in. All right, so let me pull up my shirt here so you guys can see my 16-week-old belly. All right, so you're going to draw in, okay? Like two arrows pointing inward. You should see how my sides cinch in when I do that. So you should be able to do this exercise sitting up, and you should also be able to do those exercises laying down, on all fours, anytime. You should be able to sit at a light and perform this exercise. Talk and perform this exercise. So it's not holding your breath. That's the wrong thing, right? We don't want to hold our breath. You want to be able to engage those muscles and still have a conversation. That takes practice, okay? That takes practice, but that's the ultimate goal, is to be able to do these exercises anytime, anywhere. That's one of the best ways to heal and prevent diastasis recti, or to just have strong muscles, a strong core, okay? So again, anytime we're doing the exercises that I show you, you want to do them contracting your transverse abdominis muscle. So you should feel a tightening in your back muscles, which is still your transverse abdomen. You should feel a tightening in your back, your sides, and in your front. All right, so two arrows pointing this way, and then an arrow pointing here and here. Okay, this way. All right, so with that being said and learned, we're going to now practice it lying down on your back. And I will say this, if you are beyond your second trimester or within your second trimester and lying down on your back is uncomfortable, then you can always use a wedge or some pillows to incline yourself, or you can just practice like I was just doing, sitting up. All right, but I'm going to show you lying down. All right, so I'm going to be on my back here. All right, let me move my arms out the way so you guys can see. So you shouldn't have a large hump in your back. Your back should be in a straight line, so not necessarily a tilt. This is a pelvic tilt, so we're not trying to do that just yet. We are just trying to have a straight line, okay? So let me just move my arms here, and we're going to do exactly what I just said. All right, we're going to pull in and tighten. Think about arrows pulling in and tighten. This is called a transverse abdominis, or TA set, or brace, or abdominal brace. You're just tightening up the muscles, squeezing it. Try to squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let everything relax. So again, the muscles you're tightening is your TAs, and also remember those Kegels, squeezing at the pelvic floor like you're trying to stop urine from flowing, right? You're just squeezing all those muscles. All right, let's try it again. Ready? And squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So if you think about that separation of those fingers, your abdominal muscles on each side of that separation, we want to draw those muscles in together to reduce that space. So when you're drawing in using your transverse abdominis, that's the whole purpose, is to reduce that space. So we're using the white muscles to reduce that space. Again, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. All right. So just to progress that a little bit, that is our foundation. Okay. We're going to tighten up the same muscle and do a heel slide. We're going to slide our heel down and come back up. My heel does come out of the picture a little bit, but that's okay. You guys know what we're doing there, right? So only go down as far as you feel like you can go without your pelvis. If your pelvis starts to do this, we've lost it. All right. So your pelvis shouldn't be moving. All right. So you want to keep that pelvis right here. Contract those muscles and go down and come back up. Down, contract, 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 and come back up. Little bit of movement is okay, but it should not be a drastic movement. All right, let's try the other side. Tighten and slide. All right. If you feel like you're still moving and your abdominals are not able to control that movement, then try starting with just marches. Same thing, tighten and march and march. Nice and controlled, not a race, nice and slow. Breathing is important. When you lift that leg up, breathe out. Contracting those muscles each time. One more. Great job. So guys, those are just some of the beginning exercises to perform, okay? Start there. Start there. Once you get it on the floor, then also try doing it sitting up. Sit in your car. Same things that I said earlier. Try moving along. I'm going to show you guys also in quadruped, which means on your hands and knees. Same thing, just so you know how to do it, okay? Here, hands and knees. You can see how belly's kind of hanging. All right, you want to draw it in. Now I got a flat tummy, all right? And relax. Draw in, squeeze. You should feel this in your sides, in your back, in your belly, everywhere. You should feel it everywhere. And relax. So notice I'm not tilting. It's just a squeeze. Squeeze and pull in, draw in, big old arrow pointing up, pulling your belly towards your spine. Squeeze. Also holding the urine with your pelvic floor muscles. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And relax. All right, mamas. So I think that is a good starting place for you guys. I will try and do more videos. Let me know if you like this. Let me know if it's helpful. Hopefully you feel educated more about the diastasis recti, and know that it can be healed, whether it be in the beginning of your post-pregnancy, of having the baby, or if it's been years, that you can definitely heal it, because it's a muscle, just like you can regain muscle strength in your legs, or in your biceps, in your bottom, wherever a muscle can strengthen. So again, it's just the sheath that is between your abdominals, and that's called the linea alba, just in case you want to know the anatomy. But that sheath, it's just a sheath, but the muscles itself are gotten weakened, and so those muscles can get stronger and regain the strength, and so that diastasis recti can heal. Okay, if you find that it's painful, or if you find that you're not doing it correctly or something like that, always consult your doctor. Always consult your doctor even before trying something like this, right? But just know that these are very simple exercises that you can try in your home, in the privacy of your own home, and not feel embarrassed about it, because a lot of women do deal with it, but know that you can heal from it. And depending on the degree of your diastasis recti, if it goes all the way up to 4 or 5 or 6 or something like that, just know that it will take time. No matter how big it is, it will take time, and you want to continue to do these exercises forever, right? These are the foundational exercises. These are exercises I still do, diastasis recti or not. I still do these exercises, and I teach my patients to do them because they're good for the health of your spine. They're good for the health of your core. So don't feel discouraged. Definitely give it a try. I really want to know if you ladies try this, share this out with other moms. I know there's other moms out there that want to learn how to